This video is going to be a self-guided review for some of the topics that have to deal with graphing and statistics. If you are in my class, this will cover your Chapter 2, Section 1 and 2 review. There are 11 questions. So what I'm going to do is go through the questions. I will pause. After each question, just hit the pause button. I'll give you a second to hit that. Think about your answer and then turn it back on, and we'll be going over the answers for each question. But you're going to have to pause after each one, think about it, and then check your answer. It says, which of the following should not be done when constructing a frequency distribution? This is number 1. Answer A, select the number of classes desired. Answer B, find the range. Answer C, use the class width with an even number. Answer D, use classes that are mutually exclusive. Okay, pause the video. All right, if you answered C, you are correct. You do not want to use a width with an even number. Remember, we use a width of an odd number so that we can easily find the midpoint. Number 2, what would the boundaries on the average age for high school graduates, what would be the boundaries, on the average age for high school graduates if they were reported to be 18 years old? A is 17.5 to 18.5 years old. B is 17.5 to 19.5 years old. C is 17.6 to 18.6 years old. And D is 17.5 to 19 years old. Okay, think about it and pause the video. All right, on this one, if you answered A, you are correct. 17.5 to 18.5 years old is the correct answer. Remember, we always subtract 0.5 and add 0.5 when we're dealing with whole numbers. Number 3, what is the midpoint of the class 2 to 17? A is 2, B is 9.5, C is 2 and 17, D is 9.5 and 15. Okay, think about it and pause the video. All right, so on this one, if you answered B, 9.5, you are correct. Remember, for midpoint, we add the lower and the upper. We get 19, then you divide by 2. The answer would be 9.5. Number 4, Greg wants to construct a frequency distribution for the political affiliation of the employees at Owen's hardware store. What type of distribution should he use? A is ungrouped, B is grouped, C is categorical, and D is cumulative. Okay, pause the video. All right, if you answered C, categorical, you are correct. Political affiliation means independent, Republican, Democrat. Those are words. They are categories, so you should have picked C. Number 5, what is the midpoint of the class 13.5 to 17.3? A is 13.4, B is 15.4, C is 17.3, and D is 14.3. Pause the video. Okay, on number 5, if you answered B, 15.4, you are correct. Remember, you add the endpoints, which gives you 30.8, and then you divide by 2, 15.4. Number 6, if the limits for a class were 20 to 38, the boundaries would be 19.5 to 38.5. A is true, B is false. Okay, if you chose A for true, you are correct. When you take 20 and subtract 0.5, you get 19.5. When you take 38 and add 0.5, you get 38.5. Number 7, 30 students recorded the colors of their eyes, choosing from the colors brown, blue, green, hazel, and black. This data can be appropriately summarized in A, open-ended distribution, B, categorical frequency distribution, C, grouped frequency distribution, D, upper boundary. Okay, pause the video and think about it. If you answered B, you are correct. Color of eyes, that's words. Okay, so that has to be categorical. All right, number 8, find the class with the least number of data values. There's a graph here, and this is a histogram. The class for 40 goes up to 3. Looks like 50 goes up to 5. 60, the bar goes up to 8. 70, it looks like it goes up to 6 or 7. 80 goes up to maybe 4 or 5, can't tell. And 90 goes up to 2. Answer A is 70, answer B is 90, answer C is 60, answer D is 40. Okay, pause the video. Think about your answer. Okay, for number 8, if you answered B, you are correct. 90 was the one with the least number of values. That one was at 2. Number 9, an ogive graph is also called a cumulative frequency graph. A is true, B is false. Okay, if you answered A, true, you are correct. An ogive is a cumulative frequency graph. Number 10, which of the following could be a cumulative frequency graph? So here's the graph for A. Goes up, down, comes back up and back down. Here's the graph for B that climbs up. Here's the graph for C. This one starts high and goes low. Here's the graph for D. It starts high and it bounces around. Pause the video and think about it. All right, if you answered B, you are correct. This one would be a cumulative frequency graph because remember, those keep climbing. They do not come back down. Last question on this review, which of the following is a histogram? So A has dots here, B has dots that are connected with lines, C has bars that are horizontal, and D has bars that are vertical. Correct answer on this one would be D. Okay, these have the vertical bars. Remember, we cannot use the horizontal bars for a histogram. They must be vertical. All right, that ends this review. We'll do another one in the next video.